A jury trial in the High Court at Auckland has begun for 4 Comanchero members and associates. This came after New Zealand police concluded Operation Cincinnati and brought the accused in front of the courts. The defendants were arrested in 2020 at the end of Operation Cincinnati, a months-long police investigation into the distribution of illegal drugs by the Comancheros in Auckland and the rebels MC in Christchurch. Operation Cincinnati led to $10 million in assets being seized. A Ferrari, Porsche, Audi Q8 SUV, 2 Ford Ranger Raptors, a Range Rover and 2 Harley-Davidsons were also restrained. More than 100 police staff executed search warrants at 34 properties, in places including Comanchero, St. John's, Remuera, and Westmere. Police at the time said more than 20,000 pink Porsche ecstasy pills were also found, as were 2 pill presses. Investigators claim to have seized illegal firearms. Operation closed with 26 arrests.
Operation Cincinnati, an investigation that's been going for 7 months now, looking at a distribution network involved in ecstasy pill distribution, as well as methamphetamine, cocaine, ephedrine and MDMA powder itself.
Four main accused on trial are Sienna Fakosili, 22, Comanchero's acting national commander, alongside Jia Huang, the guy who would arrange shipments from South Africa and Fiji, and Comanchero's members or associates Richard Pellicani and Taniela Mafilio. In March 2020, police placed a covert listening device in Sienna Fakosili's Toyota Corolla, when he planned to import 600 kilograms of methamphetamine worth $90 million into New Zealand from South Africa. Fakosili pleaded guilty to multiple charges. However, he pleaded not guilty of 6 other charges: conspiring to import the meth haul from South Africa, conspiring to import an unknown amount of methamphetamine from Fiji, 2 counts of methamphetamine for supply, 1 count of supplying 1 kilogram of methamphetamine to 1 or more people, and 1 count of possessing 15 grams of the drug. Police had obtained surveillance device warrants and declaratory orders to bug suspects' phones and place listening devices in vehicles when they heard the conversation between Fakosili and Huang, in which 600 keys were mentioned. In calls made by Fakosili, he was heard planning and seeking information on how he could bring his shipment into New Zealand. However, it is not clear when or whether the 600 kilos landed in New Zealand. But just planning such a project, regardless of whether it was carried out, is enough for conspiracy and deception charges. Police also tracked what were described as drug runs between Auckland and Christchurch, 2 in March 2020 and a 3rd in August that year. The runs were completed in hired cars from Auckland and finished at Rebels' gang pad in Christchurch. Rebels were then distributing these substances either for further manufacturing or directly to the consumers. Further inquiries are still ongoing. Fakosili's lawyer, Jasper Rhodes, said the Crown was right about some of his client's misdeeds, including the drug dealing charges that he pleaded guilty to last week. He's pleaded not guilty to the remaining charges before you, because while the Crown and police have some things right, they have an enormous amount wrong, Rhodes said, asking jurors to put aside prejudices that might come with his client's senior position in a gang. He is also a person with hopes, dreams, aspirations. Prosecutors acknowledged the temptation to judge the defendants based on Comanchero associations but agreed it would be improper. Let's not kid ourselves, gangs are in the news at the moment, Makubri said. None of these defendants are on trial because they're in a gang. Jury has heard the opening remarks and the trial is ongoing.